Hello and welcome back to another video. Today here again on Gran Turismo 7 to take a look at the first of the three cars from the latest November update here on the game, which is this Ford Sierra RS500 Cosworth. The update itself is a huge improvement over the previous one, although that's not really saying much. That one was quite disappointing with two cars that were essentially reskinned out of the four. This time we have three vehicles, but they are all more interesting than last time. We've got the Sierra RS that we're looking at today, a Silvia and an M2. We also have a circuit added, which we were supposed to get last time, I think. It's not my favourite circuit, but we've got Road Atlanta added, and we also have the ability to sell cars, which is a feature that's been requested for a long time, and they promised they would implement a long time ago, so that's finally here. So it seems to sell a car, you have to come into the used car dealership, where it tells you there's now a purchasing department to sell. So surely that was what was there before. Anyway, you can see this is where two of the cars are for this update. So I think you just go on here and then... Oh, and the values vary. That's quite interesting. So I have two of those. So we appraise the one that's not... Okay, that's cool. And this was one that was gifted to me, so it's good to know we can sell that. So there we go. I will be doing a lot of that, probably, to try and earn some credits back. So let me quickly flick through and get rid of some of the cars that I don't want. Then we'll get back to the car that is the focus of today's video. So, as we discovered, the Sierra RS500 Cosworth is available in the used car dealership for 200,000 credits. So I have brought the Cosworth to the new Road Atlanta circuit that has just been added with this update, and looking at it first, as it's by far the most interesting car of the three, or that's what I think at least, this high-performance car that started life as one of Ford's most sensible saloon cars, I'm sure needs no introduction, this being the RS500, limited to just 500 units and even faster than the already insane Sierra RS Cosworth. These were also incredibly successful touring cars back in the day. It produces 223 horsepower from a 2-litre inline-4 engine and weighs 1,207 kilos, putting it at 468.1 performance points here in Gran Turismo 7. Just like Forza though, Gran Turismo is under the impression this is an American car for some reason. Although this is, of course, an American track, and one I'm not terribly familiar with, as you might see by some of the excursions onto the grass. This was only my second lap round. My first one was so bad I didn't even want to include it. But yeah, I kind of know my way around here. I have driven it a bit in the past, but not for a long time, so I didn't really know what I was doing. And, well, the RS500 was a lot of fun around here, actually. It kind of kicks the back out enough to be entertaining, but not crash. It does have ridiculous turbo lag though, being a car from the 80s, but yeah, it was a lot of fun sliding this car around this circuit. This new track also comes with 3 new championships, so I think we're going to try and get the RS to fit this middle one, as it's even in the thumbnail picture. This being Gran Turismo though, where you can wide body literally anything, that is of course the first upgrade I'm going to do, although it is barely noticeable and it costs 50,000, but a wide body's a wide body, we have to do it. Of course, having the wide body fitted does now mean I need to change the wheels to get them to fit properly, but luckily I have this set here that looks fairly standard. I will make them probably one size bigger. And then if we, yeah, this is the important bit, offsetting them so that they actually fill the new wide body. So let's take a look at custom parts as well. We have 2 splitters, which is fairly usual. I think I'm going to go for A, because B's kind of more racing car, I know. That's potentially what this thing will turn out being, but... Removal of trim? Yeah, I guess so. And big diffuser. Okay, we probably are going to have to turn this into a racing car then, if we're going to use that. Sure, why not? Let's go mad. Okay, let's put that on then as well. I know I've wasted money on the other one now. And wing. I'm not sure we can really remove that. What does that do? Oh, so you can have either of the wings or just leave it as it is. Oh, there is no custom wing type. Okay, good. Well done, Gran Turismo. You can't ruin it with ridiculous big wings. Okay, let's leave that alone. If we're trying to make it look like a racing car, we need those. Tow hook. Sure, and a tow hook. Let's go full-on racing car. Put the full cage in as well. It's a shame you can't do, like, weight reduction and remove stuff from the interior. Let's make the lights nice and modern looking as well. And, yeah, let's get rid of that. Part of the problem is that the plate's white against the black and it doesn't work, so it has kind of got a number plate holder at the front, so I think we kind of need something in there, but I feel like the black one blends in better. Although having said that the black blends in better, I am now repainting the car. As usual, I've got a load of colours from the manufacturer, in this case Ford, and I think I'm going to go for a blue. There are some very nice reds. Liquid red always looks fantastic. Competition orange looks particularly good on this car. I don't think the yellow and green I don't feel like really work on this, but the blues, apart from performance blue, which I don't think quite works, nitro, grabber, and deep impact all look pretty amazing. So for me it was between competition orange and deep impact blue, so that's what I'm going with. Okay, so after a bit of fiddling around, I've used Nissan's Ultimate Shiny Orange on the roll cage and the centre of the wheels. It does seem to be becoming increasingly my favourite colour in here. That I've seemed to be using it on a lot of things, which I'm not really sure I should be. I'm not 100% sure about the wheels, but it matches the roll cage and I kind of like it. And I've gone with the matte black on the wing as well to match some of the plastic bits it has on it, basically. Now for the important bit, building it up so that it's, well, going to be competitive in a race that recommends performance points of 700. So I've got weight reduction from the first tab, then I've got, well, basically these two bits and another weight reduction from Club Sports, racing crank and custom computer in semi-racing, high RPM turbocharger, that's what took it over the 700, it was sitting at about 693 without a turbo. I could have put that one on, but I just want to put the big turbo on, because of course I do. I've done the SD and of course some more weight reduction here. Then we've done these engine parts across the top, and of course anti-lag, which I need to make sure I switch on, because that, well, I mean, who doesn't want flames exploding out of the exhaust constantly? We've then got racing silencer, air filter and intercooler, manifold, racing brake pads, fully customizable suspension, racing clutch and flywheel, and fully customizable transmission, and of course racing soft tyres, which was the first thing I put on. I always go for the tyres first, and then carbon ceramics, so that we can go and paint them a fancy blue colour, hopefully. So there we go, they were red like this, and now they're blue like this. So it turns out it is actually limited to 700, so I have had to take the turbo off, basically. But switching anti-lag on has brought it back up again, so we're now at 694.45, which should be more than enough, given Gran Turismo AI aren't exactly notorious for being difficult. Having said that though, it is 5 laps of a circuit that I'm relatively unfamiliar with, and I'm starting from the back because it's Gran Turismo. Finally past the skyline. do have to be quite careful on the throttle with this. It just doesn't have loads of grip, let's say. Getting back past some of them again, I'm not sure. Oh. Was expecting him to leave a little bit more room. I don't know if it's just because I'm unfamiliar with this track, but it's not going that well. It just goes straight on. Thank you. Okay, being cautious is working so far. Just don't go flat to the floor until you go in a straight line, basically. I suppose that makes sense. Gradually working our way through the field. Yeah, it does just understeer through the corner, and then when you get on the power, oversteers, so it's not the most easy thing to drive. There's another one off them. Goodbye. Goodbye, Subaru. Hello again, Subaru. Flying past the new M2. Sometimes it just doesn't turn. Right, final lap. I don't think I'm going to win, but I might be able to go. Well, I should be able to go. Podium if it turns. Another one of these. That was terrifying. right in the way. No. After having outbraked myself, I kind of had to go across the grass. I wasn't trying to make an attempt on the Supra, although he's going to hand it to me on the final corner. Nearly spun it though. But given how much difficulty I had at the start of that, and going off track a couple of times, I'm quite pleased with second. And that probably is going to bring an end to today's video, taking a first look at the Ford Sierra RS500 Sierra Cosworth, with quite a long, complicated name, here on Gran Turismo 7, my probably favourite of the three cars from the update. We'll wait and see what I've driven the others, because this was quite a handful, modified at least, but then it was quite a lot of performance points higher than it was intended to be from standard at least. So yeah, it is a cool addition. I do love this car. It was fun to drive stock, was a bit less fun to drive modified, although it is a wild thing to have built to take part in this race, but potentially the BMW would have been a better choice for that. So yeah, stock, it's brilliant fun, and so far everything else in this update's great. Selling your cars is a big feature we asked for, and getting a new track is good to see again, as well as some of the cool things for the 25th anniversary update. But yeah, this car is a lot of fun, but I'd probably recommend leaving it standard. However cool it looks like this. But anyway, that is going to do it for a first look at the first of the three cars from this update. Do let me know which one you'd potentially like to see next, although I am planning to take a look at both the M2 competition and the Nissan, whatever it is. But for now, for a first look at the Sierra 500 RS Ford Cosworth, that is going to be all. So thank you very much for watching, and I'll be back with the next video very soon.